Welcome to lesson 3. This one's about the most powerful idea in money. It's called compound interest. And most people really don't understand it or feel the effects of it until they've watched it happen for 10 to 15 years, which is too long to wait to understand it. So let's see if we can shortcut that and get you to understand it a bit quicker. I'm Andrew. Let's get into it. Compounding sounds really technical. It sounds really mathematical, and it isn't. It's actually really simple, and all it really means is your growth starts growing as well, which is great. We love that. Now you might see this it most powerfully in the later years. In year one, you earn a bit on what you put in. Fine, you know, if you make 10% on £100, that's £10. Year two, you earn what you put in plus last year's growth. So if you put £100 in again, you're at £210, but you would have got another 10% return, so that could be another £21 rather than just another £10. It's just that effect, and it keeps on going. Skip ahead 30 years, and this space has got really big. It is the most powerful effect on wealth building ever. The same modest percentage is now moving significant amounts of money, and that's the whole trick. And it's no magic trick. There you go, under my sleeves. You just need time, and you need to leave it alone. Now, I'm not nice enough to let you have the rest of the day off, so let's go into a bit more detail. And here's the cleanest example I know. We put 100 quid in, we don't touch it. We earn 7% a year, so a bit more technical than 10%, which is a very easy calculation, which very roughly is what global shares have done over the long run. After 10 years, you've got about £197. Almost doubled, but it's nothing dramatic. After 25 years, you're at 543. Now it's starting to feel like something. There's a bigger upswing. You can definitely see that. You know, the latter 15 years has compensated a lot for the first 10 years, and after 50 years, nearly £3,000 from £100. Same return all the way through. I didn't change anything. Time just did the work. It just keeps on going. There is a very quick mental math trick you can do. If you ever want a rough feel for how long money takes to double, you divide 72 by your return. So 3%, that might be 24 years. For 5%, it's 14 years. And 7%, about 10 years. It's worth knowing for two reasons, because it gives you what's realistic. It gives you a feel for what's realistic. And two, if anyone ever pitches you something where the doubling time looks impossibly fast, you know to ask a bit harder questions. The maths itself does not lie. Now, to show you how powerful the time element is, we've got two savers here. Same return. Anna starts at 25, 200 a month for 10 years. Then she stops completely. Now she's contributed, she's saved 24 grand of her own money. Ben starts 10 years later at 35. He also puts 200 a month away, but he keeps going till he's 65. So 30 years of contributions rather than 10. 72 grand of his own money. 3 times what Anna put in. They both retire at 65. Anna ends up with £252,000. Ben, £244,000. He saved 3 times more and finished behind her. That's it. That's the whole point of this lesson. Compounding it requires time. Time did the heavy lifting, not the saving, not the contributions. The time is doing the heavy lifting in this context. So in our intro and in our first lesson, I talk about how doing nothing has a cost, and this is a way to demonstrate that. Same idea, different angle. 200 a month with a 7% return, just shifting when you start. Start 25, about 590,000 at 65. Wait until 30, 402. Wait until 35, 207. Wait until 45, 113. The 5 years you spent thinking about it cost you more than the 5 years of contributions you saved. That's the rub. The hardest part of all this is starting. It's frustrating, infinitely frustrating, knowing that if you started earlier, you could have more. Once you started, you've done the difficult bit. Right, the practical element. Let's talk about it. The single most underrated tool in investing is a standing order on payday. Money goes out before you've seen it into the investment every single month. Some months the market's up, your 200 buys fewer units. Some months it's down and your 200 might buy more units. Over time, you've paid an average price. You didn't have to predict anything. You can't predict anything. You didn't have to be brave on a Monday morning. You didn't have to time the bottom. You just kept showing up. You set the standing order. You walk away. You forget about it. The discipline does the work for you. Time takes the wheel. Quick one, but it really does matter. When you own shares, you get two kinds of return. The share price goes up, hopefully, on average, and the companies pay a dividend, which is a slice of their profits. If you take that dividend as cash and spend it, you only get the price growth and that's it. If you reinvest the dividend, it buys you more shares. We used to call it investing on a drip. And those shares pay dividends. And round it goes. It just keeps on going. Time takes the wheel. Over 30 years, that quiet little engine in the background that can roughly double where you end up, sometimes more. Good news, if you're using an ISA or a pension and you buy what's called an accumulation fund, this happens automatically. You don't need to think about it. You just need to leave it alone. Here's the slightly awkward truth for you as well. The biggest threat to your investing isn't recession. It's not interest rates. It's not whoever's number 10. It's you. The market falls. You might feel sick. You feel frustrated. You sell. You sit in cash waiting to feel safe for the market to go back up. And the market, as it eventually does, recovers without you. There are studies on the US market that look at what happens if you miss just the 10 best trading days over 20 years. You roughly half your returns. Miss the 30 best trading days, you're better off leaving it in a savings account. We talked about that in lesson 1. And those best days always cluster right next to the worst ones. What we're saying is you can't predict the market. You can't time the market, which is exactly why selling in a panic costs so much. You don't need to be clever. You need to sit down. You need to leave it alone. You need to let time take the wheel. I'm going to keep saying it. We touch on behavioral finance in this course. We'll go into more detail then. So if you remember nothing else from this lesson, let's break it down to 3 things or summarize. 1, start. The best time to start investing was yesterday, and the next best time is today. Don't wait for the right moment, the right amount, or the right feeling. We are going to start doing it as soon as we can. Open something, put a small amount in, automate it. Today beats Tuesday. Tuesday beats it next year. 2, stay invested. The wobbles are the price of playing the game, the price of admission. They're not a sign that anything's broken. It is doing what it has always done historically, and we just let it ride out. We have sorted our money into those buckets that you should have done in lesson 2, and we understand this is going to happen. 3rd, if you need it, get good guidance. Not because you need someone clever to pick funds for you. It's to keep you calm, to make sure that you understand when the news is shouting at you and you're panicking and you think you think you're the smartest person in the room, as you inevitably will think you are. They sit you down and go, no, that's a bad idea. That is a bad idea. If it's a financial planner that you need to use, fine. If it's your partner or a friend, fine. Just make sure that you stay calm.